Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me here. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to this channel. So we have been working with archetype cards recently, and I wanted to do another session like that because from what I've heard, some people really enjoyed that one. I will ask though, if you do enjoy these readings and they resonate with you, please do comment, because that helps me to understand that these are resonating with you. It helps me to connect with the people that are watching these videos as well. And I will promise to respond to you as soon as I can. If we can get a little bit of a thread going, maybe if you've got any questions or anything that you want to ask, and I'll see if I can respond to those too, because I'd like to build a bit of a community here. And help people to feel supported and have a space that's held for them. So we're going to have another look into a person on your mind's energy and their personality type, and the same for you. And then we will pick some, I've got moon cards today and the tarot and the runes as well, so we'll put those with it as well. So we're going to pick 4 cards for each. Now, as I've said before, when we are looking into a person's energy who might not know that we're looking into their energy, what I'm asking for through my guides is just for information that's to do with the connection between you and them, nothing else. Okay, so we're not going to interfere in their energy and intrude in their energy. We're just asking about the connection with them. So if you don't actually have a connection with this person, then this reading possibly won't resonate with you. This is more for people that have either dated this person or have had some kind of, maybe you work with this person. You know, whoever's on your mind that you have a connection with already is what's going to come out in this. Okay, so let's get into it then. So we're going to pick 4 cards that resonate with the person. So put that person into your mind right now, and we'll see what information we can gather about them, between them and your connection. So the personality type, the information that comes through will be to do with you and them. What information do we have so far? Just realised there's some blank cards in here, because you can make up your own archetypes, and I think they're still in there, so it'd be interesting if some of the blank ones come out. What will that mean? Does that mean that this person just has no personality whatsoever? Let's see. So I'm going to allow the cards to kind of come out as they will. These ones kind of stick together though, so they're not as easy as some of the tarot cards to actually get out. This could take a while, so I think what we're going to do is split the pack. It's 2 piles, and we're going to go with this one. So what we're going to do is, we've got Pioneer. Wow. So passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. So this is a very interesting person by the sound of it. The shadow attributes is compulsive need to keep moving on. So this might be somebody that maybe really likes to have a project, likes to have something to do. They might be a creative person. They maybe have their own business. Maybe they make things. Maybe they've got their own YouTube channel, or yeah, I'm getting somebody that feels quite artistic. I mean, when you look at the photo on there, there's kind of like this heart inside a light bulb. So it's something that they're very passionate about, their job, the things that they do. I feel from that. Beggar. So we have confronts empowerment at the level of physical survival, awakens the spiritual authority of humility, compassion and self-esteem. Shadow attributes is dependence on others to the exclusion of effort. So this person may sort of come across as perhaps not very good with money. Maybe they have felt a little bit of like they are compassionate. I feel like this person's quite a giver, but in what they want to receive from that is almost like to kind of lean in a little bit too much to people. Perhaps they give off an energy of like perhaps not being very, I'm getting this energy of not being very good with money actually, and then kind of relying on maybe government handouts, or relying on other people to kind of help them out of situations because of that reason. Maybe they haven't been very good with money before. Goddess. Whoa. So we have light attribute is the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force and sensuality. Shadow attribute is exploitation of the female nature and form. So this person I do feel is very attractive to you. You are clearly very attracted to them. If they're coming out as the goddess, then it's kind of like this person you may put on a pedestal. Maybe this person is a model or something, or maybe that's what this energy is, passion for what they're doing and creating. Maybe they're in the limelight quite a bit. Maybe people sort of admire them, and they're possibly like very physically attractive, but also have an energy around them, an aura that is like full of this life force and wisdom and sensuality. So that's quite a powerful energy actually. And mystic. So the light attribute is revels in intimate union with the divine. Shadow attribute, delusions, rapport with the divine. So this could be somebody that is doing energy work, works with spirit. Maybe they do tarot and readings and things. But they clearly have a very spiritual side to them. So they're very connected with divine energy. So this person feels, I do feel like this is a female. I feel like this is a female and you are the male, or it could be whatever dynamic. If this is a masculine, then they have quite a very spiritual and very tapped into their feminine aspects kind of feeling that I'm getting from this. I'm getting an image of somebody with darker hair. It's a bit like a Cleopatra kind of energy that I'm feeling from this. Yeah, kind of like somebody that seems quite regal, maybe wears a lot of gold and white. Yeah, just kind of, it's interesting because you've got beggar there, but they carry themselves in a way that makes them appear quite regal, quite sort of high up, quite top end sort of thing. Like a real high quality person that's got a lot of passion in lots of ways, different attributes to do with passion of what they're doing. They have some ideas and things on there. It just feels like somebody that's kind of doing all right, but does have this issue with money by the look of it on there. Okay, that's quite interesting. So let's get yours out and see what you're like. So what is your aspects on here? So again, you'll know quite quickly from what I said on there whether this resonates with you or not. So if anything I've said on there doesn't resonate with you, this possibly isn't a reading for you about your person. Because as a collective, we can only really do so many. But if any of that information resonates with you, then this is possibly your person. What do we have? Seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Shadow attribute is inability to commit to a path once found. So you possibly are the seeker. I do see somebody here that likes to maybe go on adventures or is constantly planning things to do to learn more information about the world, gain more wisdom. You ask a lot of questions, I feel, in life or just about life in general. You want to know things. But maybe you sort of start off on a path of learning something but then change your mind and move on to something else. That's what it's saying about that lack of commitment on things on there. Shapeshifter. A light attribute is skill at navigating through different levels of consciousness. Ability to see the potential in everything. Shadow attributes are projecting any image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So again, that kind of goes with inability to commit to a path, because maybe you kind of show different faces for different situations, which isn't a bad thing actually. That's quite skillful, to be honest. It's a bit like, it brings that song up, that Karma Chameleon, you know, the Culture Club song. It's kind of like, you know, being able to be whatever you need to be when you need to be it. Ability to see the potential in everything. So that's quite a positive attribute on there. Being able to shape shift. Let's see, let's get a couple more. Addict. So helps you recognise and confront addictive behaviour. Shadow attributes compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So this could be things in your life, maybe some addictions that you have to certain things, certain patterns that maybe hold you back a little bit in your life. I do see somebody that is actually trying to confront those addictions, though actually you're trying to make changes in your life, is what I'm feeling from this. I do see somebody that's trying to push something away, but actually you need to face them, understand them in order to move through them. So let's have a look. One more on here. What do we have? What else do we have for you? I'm going to have to pick one out because it's not coming, is it? You've gone quiet now, you don't want me to know anything else. Child divine. Innocence, purity and redemption suggests a special connection with the divine. Shadow attributes an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So you are a divine child. Maybe from a very young age you've always felt something more than in this world. And it kind of does connect you with your person because they're the mystic and you're the divine child. So perhaps you have a spiritual connection with this person. Maybe you have a bit of a telepathic connection with this person. So you kind of, maybe if you're not communicating on the 3D, maybe you are on the 5D. So in a spiritual level, maybe through dreams or other things, perhaps things that you see remind you of this person, perhaps things they see remind them of you. But I do see you as someone that maybe you've been hurt by people in the past, so you perhaps have a little bit of an issue with trusting people's intentions towards you, and constantly feeling like, you know, if something has been attached to you that's perhaps a negative force, or feeling like you have negative things around you at times. So what we're going to do next is pick some runes for your person. So what runes represent your person right now? I'm going to pick 3 runes for you each. So what rune represents your person and this connection? Answers. So communication. So this person possibly likes to communicate, wants to communicate. Maybe you are in communication with this person currently. They may be an air sign. This person may be... I do feel like they like to have deep conversations, especially with the mystic and the goddess in there, and the pioneer. It's sort of like they like to bounce off ideas and think up new things, new ways. I do get quite a positive energy from this person. Like they tend to go through life feeling quite positive. There's something about Odin on there as well, so maybe they are interested in Norse gods, goddesses. Nordis. So soul needs. This is somebody I do feel that is following their own path. They're aligned with their soul needs. They understand primal forces as well, and primal energy, and a feeling of like wanting to get their needs met, in terms of sort of like these energies around them. Is, especially with the goddess one, I'm getting somebody that's quite earthy, quite sort of, maybe they're an earth sign or an air sign, but they kind of connect to, I can just see somebody pushing their feet down in the earth, feeling rooted, feeling grounded. They don't like to feel restricted though. I feel like this person likes to feel like they've got the freedom to come and go as they please and do what they like. It's kind of like a cat-like energy, you know, that sort of, not saying that they're not loyal or anything like that, but it's more sort of a person that wants the ability to sort of, you know, if they decide, I'm going to go off and do this today, they want to be able to go and do that, because Nordis can have an energy of feeling restricted. And I feel like this person, you know, part of their soul needs is to not feel that restriction. Their energy is quite what's the word? An ability to sort of embrace life, free-spirited. That's the kind of word I'm looking for. Like very bohemian, I'm getting from there. Like with the beggar one, they don't really value money and things like that. They're not materialistic. And Wyrd, so there's two runes here actually. One's connected to Odin and the other one's connected to Freya. So I definitely feel like this is somebody that does connect with the Norse gods and goddesses. And they possibly have, with the Freya energy on here, that kind of like female prowess. I was literally just talking about this to somebody earlier about Freya and the fact that, you know, she needs to balance that sexual energy of kind of like, because you can have power over with sexual prowess and the feminine side, or you can have balance with it. And it's kind of like an energy of not sort of allowing your sexual energy too much, like keeping it within a little bit, sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not misusing your sexual energy, basically. And Wyrd is kind of about relationships and trusting in relationships. So I do feel like this person, if they're not already in a relationship, they might be in a relationship with you. If they're not already in a relationship, then they kind of do trust in relationships, and feel a lot of power within relationships, and they're very trusting. I do feel like this person has a trusting way about them, and very intuitive, very, very switched on with their energy. Yeah, very mystical. Okay, so let's have a look at your energy. It's all right, I was just thinking about Wyrd there a little bit more, because it's kind of like something about aligning your mind and your heart. And this person is very aligned with their head and their heart kind of thing. Like they don't do anything by accident. You have Isa, and Isa is a rune of being present in the moment. It can also be, so this one can connect to the throat chakra, so it could be about maybe bringing up a truth. I do feel somebody that's kind of maybe feeling a little bit isolated at the moment. Maybe sort of someone that's kind of feeling a bit like you're stuck in a moment or stuck in a space. You're not really sure which way to go at the moment, which way to move. Which is interesting. We've got Rado now, which is a rune of movement. So this is kind of like you are coming out of this energy, maybe of introspection, into a place of like, I need to take a journey. I need to make a direction here. I need to make a choice, is what I'm trying to say. This rune, though, kind of suggests about learning that, you know, only you can make that decision as to what way to go, what journey to take, and how you go about it. Nobody else can make that decision for you. You are responsible for you, nobody else. Now, the energy of this is kind of like, you know, just try and enjoy the journey. And I feel like Rado is suggesting to you here about maybe try and take more fun, try and look for the joy and the fun in what direction you go in. Because I've got a real heavy feeling of somebody that sort of feels very stuck in their way as to what direction they have to go in. But I'm feeling with Isa, somebody that's kind of like telling everybody they're going to do this, but actually you put the brakes on because you're kind of stopping yourself for a reason. There's something stopping you from moving in a particular direction. And there's a real sudden change coming for you. So Hagalaz is an energy of like, where something can happen quite chaotic in your life, or just sudden realization. Sometimes things that are out of your control can happen. And in that happening, it throws you into contemplation about your direction and where you want to go and what you want to do. So there is something about you kind of being sat on a particular direction and then something happening to throw you into making a choice and going with that direction. Okay, so I do feel that is, sorry, my legs. See, maybe my legs are feeling restless, you're feeling restless as to where you want to be, what you want to do, where you want to go. And that shapeshifter energy and that seeker energy there with you. It's like the inability to commit to a path, but also that need to shapeshift, to not really, I feel like you don't like to stay still for too long because you don't like to embody one particular aspect of yourself. And you feel like if you stay still for long enough, that's what's going to happen. That's what I get from that. Okay, so let's get some other cards out. So I'm going to get moon card for you each as well. So let's see what your person's moon card is saying. So this is to do with your connection with them or their connection with you. So what are they saying in their moon cards right now? And doing these kind of readings on another person, if you're already in a relationship with this person or you know them really well, they can help you to get more of an understanding about how this person feels. You know, if communication is difficult, although it doesn't look like it with this person. We have heal. Now, perhaps this person looks like a giant teardrop as well. So perhaps this person is going through a bit of a healing process at the moment. Maybe they're taking time to heal some wounds from the past. There does feel like there is some emotion held in here that maybe they're working through. This reminds me of the moon card. So it could be a bit of an illusion around them, or maybe a feeling of facing some kind of fears or some secrets being revealed, or maybe they're harbouring some secrets that they don't want to release, maybe for fear of something. But this person, I do feel like they're going through a bit of a time of healing right now. I'm going to get another one on here. What else do we have? Passion. This is a very passionate person. Got the goddess, the mystic, you know, that passionate with ideas and stuff like this as well. So even though they're feeling this way, maybe subliminally, on the surface of things, they're actually still going ahead with their passion. They're still working towards what they want to do. They've got quite an energy. If you look, like that's a lotus flower on the lily pad. So that's somebody that is actually able to detach from their emotions from time to time to enable themselves to carry on with what they need to do, to get by with what they need to do. And they do seem to have quite a sunshiny energy, something quite powerful but not heavy. It's like a light energy about this person. It's a very nice energy, very feminine energy. It's a real powerful feminine energy, that is. I do feel like this person could potentially be a healer, like we said, mystic as well before. So they do work or have some kind of, maybe they're a Reiki teacher or something like that. Yeah, but very nice energy. So I'm going to get a couple of moon cards for you now as well to do with this connection. So, but again, because this is about this connection, this person has a lot of passion for you. I do feel that. Create. So you're somebody that likes to think about things to create. Maybe you're a real deep thinker, strategy, planning. You've got some real imagination there and some ability to create and manifest what you want in your life, I do feel. That's a good energy, actually. I like that. And perhaps you're manifesting something now within this connection. Inspire. So you're feeling very inspired right now. Maybe you're inspired by music. Perhaps music is something that connects this connection. Maybe music is important here. That's almost like the heart lines on the bottom there, you know, like off those machines when it shows your heart rate and stuff. So maybe that really connects your heart center to this other person is through music. Something like that. There's something around the full moon as well. So I don't know if the full moon resonates with you for something on here. Because the full moon's come up twice on there for yours. And then we've got a new moon on theirs. So I'm getting something about 2 weeks. There's a 2-week time frame with this. That's kind of like maybe you haven't spoken for 2 weeks, or maybe you 2 weeks, what's that all about? Let's get some tarot cards out on here. Yeah, let's get the tarot cards out and see what we can find out more on there. So I'm going to ask that question that we always ask. What is your person thinking about you right now? What is your person thinking about you right now? Wow. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a lot to do with love and support, emotional fulfillment as well. So this person feels quite emotional about you, I feel. They're very intuitive. They do have a lot of love and compassion for you. We've got the heal card on there, and this Queen of Cups is a healer as well. So it is about healing work. I do feel this person is a healer actually of some form, does some kind of work like that. And maybe they're sending you healing right now. Maybe they sort of send you healing at times. Ooh. Judgment. Okay, so this person is going through a bit of an awakening or self-realization right now. This person is, I feel like they've awoken to something, maybe to this connection, or they've kind of had a realization about something here. And that's why they're going through this healing process. They're very, very spiritual, and I do feel like they are very deeply connected to divine spirit. So it's like they work with spirit very, very closely. And they've kind of gone through this sort of transformation. Oh, we've got the Two of Cups on the bottom of there as well. So maybe this person does see union with you, or would like union with you. You know, whether you've been with this person before or not, this does feel like somebody that thinks about you a lot in a loving way, in you know, a kind of kind way. So let's see, what else is your person thinking about you right now? What is this person thinking about you right now? Okay, 8 of Swords. So there is restriction. I mean, we've got Nordies on there as well. This person does feel an element of restriction here. They may also feel a little bit confused. And like with the 8 of Swords, it always shows a woman that could actually, she could remove herself from the situation she's in with the blindfolds and surrounded by the sword. She could actually remove herself from there. Look, the crows are trying to help her to get out of there. But this is a person that's kind of like stuck in a space, feeling a little bit confused, feeling powerless, and restricted. And that's what Nordies is kind of suggesting on here as well. I do feel like actually this person, even though we've got answers on there about communication, I don't feel they're communicating this to you, but they do feel confused and powerless in this connection, in this situation. I do feel like there is actually a lack of communication rather than communication, or not communication in the 3D, perhaps more so in the 5D. Oh my God, I've got 2 of Cups again on the bottom. I do believe that's something, I'm going to take it out because it just keeps showing up on there. Deep down, that's what they want, but they're feeling confused, and they do have a lot of love for you, a lot of care for you, and they've awoken to something within this connection. They've had a realization, I understand. Okay, so any more information from your person for you? What do we have? What information do we have about your person for you at this time? What would they like you to know? Okay, Six of Wands. Now what I'm getting from that, so this is somebody that's kind of like being seen, they're in the limelight. It's like triumph and sort of victorious energy. So I do feel this person really does have quite a positive energy, especially where you're concerned. And this person possibly has a feeling of taking some form of action here, or wanting some kind of action to happen here, like they haven't given up on this connection is what I'm getting from this. So let's just get another card on that. Why is the Six of Wands there? What is that talking about? Why are they showing us the Six of Wands? Okay. I do feel like this connection is very slow moving. If there's any contact at the moment, then it's not much. It's very little. And this person has been very, very patient around this. And they do see and feel a lot of purpose around this. There's an energy here of I'm just getting somebody saying their fingers getting burned, somebody getting burned over something. And we've got Nine of Wands on the bottom as well. So that's kind of like somebody that's perhaps been wounded in the past. But I've got this feeling of like somebody's kind of like keeping this connection going, even though there's not much going on in the connection. It's like they haven't given up. They're being very patient, and understand a purpose maybe beyond, perhaps because of their energy, on a different level, in a spiritual sense. They see a different purpose. Maybe they see this as a twin flame or soulmate connection, and they're not giving up. They haven't given up on you. I'm going to have a look at your energy then. So how do you feel? How do you feel about them right now? How do you feel about your person right now? Oh, okay. So I do feel somebody that's assessing the situation right now, trying to gain more knowledge, trying to gain more of an understanding. Maybe you're looking back over things. There's a want for things to grow is what I'm feeling. And again, this kind of does relate to, sometimes the Seven of Pentacles can be about changes in direction as well. And with Wyrd being there, it's almost like, I can't tell yet whether this is, you've decided to change direction towards this person or away from this person. I'm not quite sure about that yet. But then if you're asking about this person, why would you be wanting to move away from them? So it's possibly more towards them. That's what I'm getting. So we've got the Wheel on here as well. So this is, again, another one about change. So I feel like maybe you pressed pause here on this connection and something's happened to make you kind of change direction or change your mind on something here. There's been some karmic lessons that have been learned during this separation, during the time that you haven't been together. And it's kind of created in you a need for balance, a want for balance. I can see somebody, it's like almost like somebody gambling. I can see like somebody that's been perhaps distracting yourself with other things and trying to earn money in ways like gambling and things like that. That's kind of an energy that I'm getting from there. But you're feeling more at peace with your dark and your light. It's almost like I think during this connection, you've kind of become more aware of yourself in certain areas, in certain ways. That's not a bad thing, really. But I do feel like there's a setback or something holding you back from this. So let's see now what else we have. Oh, okay. So you are feeling like Four of Wands in this connection. So this is stability. This is, it kind of signifies like somebody that wants a union as well, actually. So it's like almost like you both want that. There's excitement. I feel like this person brings you excitement, makes you feel joyful, and a lot of peace around this as well. There's a want or a desire and freedom too. It's like you kind of like, yeah, this person makes you feel more stable. You feel a stable energy around this person that also brings like a lot of love and freedom and celebration. And I do feel maybe you see a future with this person in a way that you're celebrating. What else do we have on here? I also have the Eight of Wands on the bottom of there. So this could be you maybe wanting to communicate with this person, wanting to reach out to this person, or bring some kind of news, some kind of conclusion to them. So what else do you feel about your person? Okay, we've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position. So this could be, so normally when it's in the upright position, this is somebody that's feeling like rejected, left out in the cold, that kind of thing. So I do believe there's a fear around this person that they might reject you, that they aren't going to accept you, or don't want you anymore. There's a feeling of that, like an unworthy kind of feeling from you on that one, even though you do have this feeling of changing direction, changing to move closer. Ooh. Okay, and we've got the Ten of Pentacles on there as well. So perhaps this is to do with money. Maybe you don't feel, perhaps is there something that you feel, and that was the thing with the gambling as well. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough to offer in terms of money. And as this person had the beggar in there as well, maybe they're not particularly good with money. Maybe you're both not particularly great with money, and that maybe that's a fear within this connection of like neither of you really being able to support each other in that way. Although I'm getting the feeling of like that person isn't actually really that bothered about money, about what you have. We've got the Ten of Wands in the reverse as well on here. So this is kind of like, I do feel you walking away from burdens and struggle and things that have kind of weighed you down. It's like you're kind of ready to walk away from that now, to lessen the load. So I'm going to get a card now to give us the future. Are you kidding me? The future of this connection is the Lovers. So if you were hoping for this to turn into something more, then it's looking like that is the case. Although the Lovers can show up as having a choice, making a choice. But I do feel on you, you've kind of had a turnaround of making a choice towards this. And this person, they do feel like they do have a love for you, but they do feel confused and restricted in it. We have here the Page of Cups as well. Now, this is an energy of somebody that is dreaming a lot, I do feel, about this. So there's serendipity though within this. So that's kind of like a real nice energy of, this could bring you a lot of peace and harmony. There is also around this like naivety in love. So it's kind of like there is, I feel a fear with both of you of like kind of the fantasy side of the relationship taking over and it not being, you know, as stable as it could be in that sense. And we've got the Two of Wands on here. So this is again about choice, making the choice to move towards something that is fulfilling for you. It's taking that journey. So it's like you've made a decision about what journey you want to take and what direction you want to go in. And sometimes, you know, the decisions that we make surprise us, but this is like future planning and moving towards, like, you know, basically I see somebody that's using their discernment here of like, this feels like it empowers me, this feels like it disempowers me. and you are taking a chance towards something that feels like, actually, yeah, this does empower me. And we have the Sun as well as the final card that fell out on there about the outcome of this. Now, this is a desire fulfillment. This is the energy of like something that you have both manifested. I feel like you both manifested each other. This is like, again, dreams. I feel like you perhaps dream about each other a lot. But there's a lot of joy in this, actually. And like that Two of Cups came out how many times, I don't know, but quite a few times. So if it resonates with you, the person that we described on here, and how we described you as well, and if you can relate to that and take all of this information, then this is for you. And it does look like something that could blossom into a very nice relationship. There is a need to let go of some things from the past. So I feel like maybe you have had a history with this person, however short, but there is an energy here of fear of things being like other relationships or turning out the way, you know, kind of like you've had this energy of, you know, how you think things will go, and perhaps you enter relationships in the same way. Maybe this person does as well. And through doing that, things always turn out in a way that like it fizzles out quickly, or something happens and it ends up not being as you wanted it to be. And there's this energy of sort of like, oh, well, yeah, it's just going to be like everything else. So there is that energy on the bottom of the deck there. So this is like back of the mind sort of thought, is that Four of Cups. I'm just going to get one final card then on the outcome of this connection. What do we have? Okay, well, we've got the Nine of Cups, which is desire fulfillment. This is a very sensual energy. So I do feel there's quite a lot of sensuality between yourself and this person. You do really enjoy each other. And again, that Ten of Wands has come out in reverse. So this is kind of like somebody not letting the burdens weigh them down anymore. It's like you've decided what you felt from the past was a burden in this connection. He's kind of like letting that go. And the Knight of Pentacles, this is an energy of somebody moving quite slowly towards what they want. It may, this connection could actually be a lot of work. It may take a lot of work, but there is security and stability within it. So it does feel like something that you both want, although it does feel like communication needs to happen. It's funny, answers have turned around onto the side there. So communication does need to happen within this so that you're both clear on what this actually is and how it's moving forward. And then we have the Knight of Cups on the bottom, which is the most romantic night. So this is somebody maybe asking them out on a date. So you asking this person out on a date, or them asking you out on a date. I feel like if you're the masculine here, it's more likely you to be asking them out on a date. But I do feel from what we've seen on there, they aren't going to say no. And they are looking for something within a relationship, but they are feeling that confusion on there. And I do feel like if this is the direction that you've chosen, it's a major change for you. It may mean some challenges for you in your current situation where you are, but it does look like something very positive happening for you on that one. Okay, so I'm going to leave that reading here for you. And if you would like to go further into this to gain more information about the situation or the possible outcome and future of this connection, then please do get in touch. My details are in the description box, so you can have a personalised reading, and I will leave you all to it. So have a blessed evening.